Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Micah and this is Make It with Micah, and I focus on DIYs and decor. And if you're returning, thank you so much for joining me again. Today's video is all about Halloween Dollar Tree DIYs, and I am so excited to show you the 10 different DIYs that I made for this video. I hope these DIYs inspire you to make something spooky and fun for this new Halloween season. If you like this video, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't subscribed already. Let me know in the comments which DIY was your favorite. Also, let me know if there are other kinds of DIY videos or decor related videos that you wish to see. I'm hoping to do a decorate with me for fall and Halloween coming up very soon, and maybe even a day in the life. Let me know what you guys think about that. Since we have a lot to get to, let's dive into these DIYs. For this first DIY, I grabbed these plastic baskets from the Dollar Tree. And I also grabbed this plastic cup or goblet, I guess you could also call it. And a pack of these plastic eyeballs, also from the Dollar Tree. This DIY is super easy. I just put these balls in this cup, and then I glued the cup in between two of the baskets to make basically a tier tray. To connect all of the pieces, I just used some hot glue. This little tier tray would be perfect for a Halloween party. You could put candy in this basket. You could even put the candy in the basket and put it on your front porch so that the kids can grab it. You can use it for decor and maybe put some Halloween stuffies inside. The possibilities are really endless. For this next DIY, I grabbed this boo sign from the Dollar Tree. And I painted it with this chalk paint from Waverly in the color ink. Once all the paint was dry, I grabbed some of this spiderweb sequined mesh from the Dollar Tree, and then I Mod Podged that mesh onto the boo sign using Mod Podge. The one advice that I could give you is to make sure that the mesh is pulled very taut on top of the boo sign so that there isn't any like rippling in the fabric. I did a layer of Mod Podge on the bottom and on the top of the mesh. I then took my X-Acto knife and carefully cut the mesh from around the sign. And here is the finished boo sign. I just love how it turned out. I thought it needed a little something else, so I grabbed this boo sign from the Dollar Tree with this cute little ghost. I removed the boo words. They were really easy. They popped right off. And then I thought I would pair the two together. I found this cute little wood set at the Dollar Tree. I painted it black, and here is the finished result. I just love how this little display turned out. You could glue the two pieces together, you could put them on a wreath. I plan to keep them separate, but I will hang them together, probably on my back door. Okay, so this next DIY is one of my favorites out of the whole bunch. I grabbed this book from the Dollar Tree. You want to make sure to grab a hardback book from the Dollar Tree. I think it would work better. And then I removed the book cover. I then opened the book and tried to find a spot that wasn't right directly in the middle of the book, but more or less so that 1/3 of the book was on one side and 2/3 of the pages of the book was on another side. Essentially, one side would be bigger than the other side. I then grabbed these eyeballs from the Dollar Tree. Now, these turned out to be a little bit too big for our purposes, but I did use some of the eyeballs that I showed previously that came in that multi-pack. I wanted to put these eyeballs in the thicker side of the book, so here I am just trying to find a good position for the eyeballs, and then I trace around them so I know where to cut. I then decided to make a mouth for this book, so I freehanded a little mouth. You don't have to be perfect here. And then I took my X-Acto knife, which is literally my favorite thing ever, and I cut the eyes and the mouth of the book out. It took a little while to get this to this point, just so you know. So you're gonna have to sort of be patient, but it's not hard to do. It is helpful to sort of flip some pages back so you can kind of get a little bit deeper into the book. As I mentioned earlier, I found that these eyes, they were too big. They basically stuck out too far. So I decided to use these eyes from this multi-pack. I then got some tea that I had on hand. This is basically Lipton's tea, cold tea. You could also probably use coffee. And I started to put the tea around the eyes and the mouth. I found that the tea was not dark enough, so I added just a little bit of this paint from Waverly. It's actually the Waverly wax, to give it a little bit more depth. Now what you're going to see later on is that I did actually just add full-on paint, both black and brown paint, to the book to really make the eyes and mouth stand out. I then took my heating tool and I started to go along all of the parts that I painted with this heating tool to basically make the pages even more brown. You're basically burning the pages a little bit. It gets kind of hot, so you really have to watch it. And then, as I mentioned earlier, I started to add some black paint and brown paint to give it a little bit more depth and dimension. The heating tool also does a fantastic job of kind of making the pages look more weathered because they do get a little bit wet from the paint, and then once they get heated, they sort of start to crumble up a little bit. I continued to add paint to add more depth and dimension, and you can really see our spooky book come to life. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this spooky book and if you plan to make one yourselves. Once I felt that everything looked good, I then hot glued the eyes into the book. I flipped back some of the pages a little bit so that the eyes would be more of a, deep set. And then I decided to work on the front of the book. I found this crime scene, I guess you call it like ribbon or tape at the Dollar Tree. But first, I wanted to paint the book all black, and then I added that tape to the front of the book. I also found these hand tongs at the Dollar Tree, and I bent them a little bit, and I thought that they would be perfect as little hands for our spooky book, and here he is. He is literally my favorite. I mean, he freaks out my daughter, my toddler daughter. It's not really funny, but he really did come to life. I'm looking for a name though. What should we name him, guys? Let me know in the comments. I will pin the comment with the best name. Okay, for this next DIY, I grabbed this lantern wood piece from the Dollar Tree and this witch hat. I used this paint from Waverly, again, this black paint in the color ink, and also this pink chalk paint from Art Minds. I believe it's the color blush. I painted the two pieces and this is what they look like, and then I glued on the hat with my hot glue. I then took my palm makers. This is the one that is a medium size and a smaller size, and I made some pom-poms using this yarn, which is all from the Dollar Tree. I also combined this white yarn, which I got at Michael's. The white yarn was really inexpensive. I combined all of the yarn onto one pom-pom maker to make one large pom. These pom-pom makers can be found at Michael's, Amazon. The brand is Clover, Clover, in case you want to look for one. I do have one linked in my Amazon storefront, which is linked in the description box. I then took the small pom-pom maker and made two small poms, and these are going to be the eyes for our jack-o'-lantern, and the big pom I put at the top of his head. And here is the finished result. I'm really just feeling the pink tones for Halloween this year. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but let me know what you guys think. I'm actively making over a playhouse for my daughter, and it's a pink playhouse, and I'm thinking about using a lot of these pink toned items as decoration for her playhouse. Okay, so for this next DIY, you want to grab this Martini glass from the Dollar Tree. And also these burner covers, also from the Dollar Tree. The one that I used out of this set is the smaller of the two. I also grabbed the skeleton garland from the Dollar Tree. I glued the Martini glass onto the burner cover with some hot glue, and then I spray painted it black with black spray paint from Rust-Oleum. If you don't want to spray paint it, you could also hand paint it black. I would recommend using chalk paint. Once the paint was completely dried, I brought it back inside, and then I glued those little skeletons to the base of the Martini glass. I apologize, guys, I'm coming off of a little cold, so I'm losing my voice here and there. Hopefully it's not too annoying. And here is our finished little skeleton tier tray. This would be perfect, again, if you're having like a Halloween party, or you could use it for display. You could put a candle on it. It's very sturdy. You could really use it for just about anything. Okay, for this next DIY, I grabbed this fall themed little sign from the Dollar Tree. I removed the first one that says friends because it had that glitter on it and the words were raised, and from my experience I know it's really hard to paint over those words unless you like sand them extensively, and I was working on this really late at night and I just did not want to be bothered, so I took it off of this sign, and then I took another sign that I had on hand and I swapped them out because that panel did not have that like raised sequin words on it. And then I painted all of the little panels of the sign pink. I also painted the stick part of the sign black with this black paint from Waverly. And here's what everything looked like once it was painted. I then took some of these wood letters from the Dollar Tree to spell out 3 words. Now, I have a large collection of these letters because you oftentimes have to get mini packs of them in order to get like duplicates of a letter. I painted these letters a sort of like terracotta color and also a black color, and I'm gonna spell out Tiny Ghoul Gang. This little sign is also gonna be for my daughter's playhouse. I just love this little saying and I just thought it was so cute. I took these little ghosties that I had from the Dollar Tree. I'd used them in another craft, so they were already open. I painted them white, and I also took these little bat picks that are from the Dollar Tree and I attached all of those to my sign. I used my white paint pen to add a little bit of dimension to the words. As you can see there, it's almost like a little bit of a shadow. And here is my sign. I love how it turned out. I think it is so cute. It's a little spooky, but it's also a little girly. The good thing about these letters is that you can really make any kind of sign that you want or any kind of phrase that you want. For this next DIY, we are going to make a tool witch's broom. I grabbed this Dollar Tree plunger, took off the bottom part, and painted the wood part with black paint. I am now going to attach the tool to the bottom end of that plunger stick. This is the tool that I grabbed. The black tool is from the Dollar Tree. The pink tool is from Walmart. It was pretty inexpensive. I want to say it's like $3, I think. And I ended up using all of the tool. Now, I've not really worked with tool in the past, so I wasn't really sure how I was going to attach the tool to the plunger. There might be a better method. I'm totally open to that. So if you think that the method that I used was not good, let me know in the comments. But this is what I decided to do. So I basically just layered the tool. It was about 18 inches in length, maybe closer to 2 feet in length, the pieces that I cut. I layered them in groups of 8, and then I folded those groups in half. I did this so that the tool would be, a little bit thicker and more opaque and not so see-through. I then sort of folded the tool into thirds, and then I stapled the top of those bunches with staples. In total, I think I had about 6 sets of the tool, 6 or 7 sets of the tool. And again, I used the entire roll of tool. Okay, I lied. I only had 5 sets of tool. And then I try to figure out how to attach the tool to the end of this stick. What I ultimately decided to do was just to hot glue those pieces on, and then I tied them off with some. Before doing that, I figured it would be kind of cute to add some ribbon detail to the pole. So I grabbed this ribbon that I had on hand. I believe I got it from Hobby Lobby. It was on sale, but it was also the perfect color pink. It kind of like matched the tool. So I hot glued that on to the stick. Once the ribbon was in place, I then glued the tool onto the stick. I found this beautiful sequined ribbon at the Dollar Tree, and I covered up my pink rope with that ribbon. And here is our finished witch's broom. I did make a little bow with some of that ribbon as an extra added little dainty detail. And I just love how this witch's room turned out. I think it is so cute and so girly. I think my daughter's gonna love it, and she actually has like a little tutu to match. I was somewhat intimidated by this craft, but I just love how it turned out. Okay, so for this next DIY, we're gonna make 2 candle holders. Now, I'm not gonna go into great detail here because I have a shorts in which I did go through more detail. I will link it above for you guys. Basically, all I did was to take this little tumbler from the Dollar Tree and that candle holder. I took off the top of the tumbler with a straw, and then I glued the candle holder on top of that. And then I spray painted everything and added some glitter. And that's basically it. And this is how they turned out. I just love this DIY. It's super easy. You can definitely customize it however you see fit, you know, different colors. Like I said, I originally spray painted everything this black color and then I added the glitter, but you could totally keep it sort of like matte black. Would also be really cute. This is another really quick DIY that I featured on my YouTube shorts. I will link it above. It's super easy. I just painted these skulls from the Dollar Tree, various colors, and then I added glitter. The glitter is from Walmart. It's a chunky glitter. And here's what it looked like before. And I just Mod Podged the glitter in the eyeballs, or eye sockets rather, and that's it. Well, that is it, you guys. Let me know which DIY was your favorite, and thank you so much for watching.